Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Clash with Eric. We continue to see a string of brand new strategies coming out of the ESL Mobile Open. And if you didn't know, the ESL Mobile Open just finished up the first ladder and the first play-ins qualifying 4 teams to continue on to go to the ESL Mobile Challenge, play for big money and a silver ticket to the World Championship. But we still need to qualify 4 more teams. It's an open qualifier. So if you go to the link in the video description or into the pinned comment and you grab 5 of your friends, you can get involved in Clash of Clans esports and come compete against these teams and try for your own chance. You never know. But let's go dive into these crazy attacks here. And if you're new here, make sure to like button, subscribe to the channel for more Clash of Clans esports, and let's do this. When you see a new strategy being used once, you're like, all right, that was very, very base specific. But then we bust it out again and again and again, war after war, and then other people start to copy because it's so genius, you know that he's on to something. And Ghost has found the secret to success here. This attack is pretty complex, but it kind of dissects the base in the same manner every single time, and it's super effective. What we do is wall break out a wall next to the town hall, and then we use a couple sneaky goblins to go and pick off the exterior collectors there, and then we send in a tester sneaky goblin to go in there and test for traps next to the town hall, make sure it's safe to send in the pack there. We make the pack invisible upon arrival, and he even has a spare invisibility if he has to go in with a few extra in case something goes wrong. And then on the opposite side of the base, he sends in a log launcher with a couple of ice golems, a basic funnel there using sneaky goblins, and in this case a yeti, and then sends in his king, queen, and warden all together across the top of the base. As soon as they work their way a bit into the base here, you can then join with the Royal Champion, and then he can do the Dragon Riders. But we need to be paying attention to all the splash damage on the base. He can slowly just pick it all off here and set up for bats, because notice in Army Comp here, guys, he's got 6 bat spells and 3 freezes, and the heroes can get a huge amount of value when you pair them with all those ice golems and the warden ability. You pop that king, you make all of his barbarians invincible with the ward ability, and they can move a really, really long way to the base. Look at the queen up on the top side over on the left. She broke to the wall and took out that inferno. I don't know if that was planned. He probably expected her to go and follow the king into the middle of the base, but then the Dragon Rider sweep in the right side. The Royal Champion could have gone after that multi-inferno. Instead, she deploys all the way over in the corner, and she ends up protecting the queen a little bit there, and that makes so that the queen and the Royal Champion can work together to go into the wizard tower. As soon as it's tanked, he drops in the bats and is able to freeze up the wizard tower and the scatter shot together, take them both down, and then the Dragon Riders finally work their way into that last wizard tower over on the right side, and everything else at this point is just swag. This attack is absolutely brilliant, and if you just make a little plan there, because you have a lot of tools to work with to take down each of the splash damages around the base, and if the base has a town hall that is reachable with sneaky goblins, it sets it up amazingly. So what do you guys think? Pretty cool, right? I also wanted to highlight this attack from one of our other frontrunners in the ESL Mobile Open leaderboards. It's Lexnos from Space Station Gaming. And he came in here with this awesome Queen Charge Dragon Rider attack. We know that this attack is one of the most used attacks in the entire game right now. It's super, super powerful. But this was a really, really cool attack that didn't go exactly perfect, and he made some brilliant adjustments, and he brought it back. But he also does something that I don't see almost anybody else do, and I'll point that out as we go through this attack here in just a moment. So he sent in a super wall breaker just to the right of the queen there. It looks like he's setting up for the king to go in, but then the other wall break went in right afterwards to open up the scatter shot and then got shot. So he couldn't really send the king right there. And the king would have done some great work there, working in parallel with the queen, protecting her on her flank there, making sure that scatter shot didn't turn on her healers there as she charged into that Eagle Artillery compartment. She's got the jump spell, and the jump can carry her off to the town hall. And he has to be very careful with the placement on it, because if he places it too high, he can open up too much access, and he can send the queen away from the town hall. And he wants her to go to the town hall because he doesn't have a blimp here, because watch what he's going to do to replace the king here. Now, this is a really cool adjustment that he made at the bottom side here. He put in a Dragon Rider to work its way through the Tesla farm to make sure the queen stayed on path and reinforced it. That's something that we see Lexnos do a lot. He's not afraid to throw down one of his Dragon Riders on the opposite side of where the other Dragon Riders are coming in to make sure that that queen stays on path and gives her the support that she needs. He ends up putting the king on the outside of the base and puts the Stone Slammer into the spot where the king, I believe, was supposed to go, and then put the Royal Champion under the Stone Slammer to go in there, and with the enemy queen already out of the way, with the CC out of the way, the Royal Champion doesn't have any threats in the middle of the base. Really, the only threat for her is the Royal Champion on the outside, and look at that, she gets locked onto by the king. He continues to push his queen through, takes the Town Hall down. The Dragon Riders finally go to ward ability as they go into the double multi-inferno. Almost no threats to them up until that point. This attack was so ridiculously clean, and I had to highlight it. Lexnos is such a god with these Dragon Riders, and the queen charges that he puts together here are just always impressive to see. But look how many Dragon Riders are left here. There's what, 1, 2, 3 at least by the warden there going south. They end up having the queen get the air defense right before they get there. The Royal Champion ends up going to pick off in the other one up top, and he just ripped this base to shreds. Absolutely love to see a really clean attack like this, and especially after things didn't go exactly perfect and he's able to pull back. And that's the difference between the average player and the pro player that can bring home the wins consistently. Absolutely love it. I hope you guys enjoyed those attacks, and if you did, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more Clash of Clans esports. Don't forget to use code ERIC if you make any in-app purchase and you want to help support the channel, and then join us back for the next one.